Hey guys, Veebat here with another V Plays, and we are taking out the Tu-1 as part of a double feature today. Be releasing two videos, one for the Horton 229 and one for the Tu-1 because these aircraft are available as a bundle this weekend. And of course, we're going up against a Horton 229 as well. The Tu-1 is an interesting aircraft. The Tu-1 is an aircraft that features... Oh, they got a BVP-203 as well. It features two 45mm cannons, so it's essentially the same as having like two Yak-9U strapped to the front of the aircraft. Ooh, do we have a human? Adam Blind and 72. I don't know. This is an aircraft that benefits a lot from doing the dual gun setup where you have two different buttons for the guns. So we actually have a set for the 23s. And then I can hit the left mouse button to fire the main guns. The whole logic here is that rather than trying to figure out the proper lead for these guns to make sure I got the right line, I kind of use these as a hit marker, and when they start making contact, then I let loose with that gun. So, or that set of guns. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're catching a lot of fire here. Not quite. Not quite. Alright, let's dive down. Got him. Let's go for this guy. That one's been taken out. Oh, we got a heavy undertail. There's the big old hits from this thing. Oh, shoot. Oh, a ground attacker. That's more our speed. Oh man, we are hurting right now. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Oh, we got it. That wasn't easy. There we go. It's working better now. We really got deep into it over there. We did not pick up our spot though, so... Okay, good. Man, that actually worked. I mean, I'm not surprised. Of course that worked. Oh man, we are hurting for everything right now. And we got a bomber flight coming in, but it's going to the airfield. If they get a bomber flight, it'll head to our airfield. I am liking that I'm getting used to this whole light guns and followed by the big guns, so... Oh, that's the human down there as well. Oh, no, no, no.
Bomber squadron detected. Engage them immediately.
Oh, we got him! We must have both shot at the same time, though, but those are the big guns making contact. Battle of the Giants, man. He's got two Mark 103s, as well as an accompaniment of two 15mm cannons and two 13s. We are just relying a lot more heavily on those big old 45s. So, as soon as we spawn in, we're going to head straight over to that command center. We're going to try and help our buddies out. Oh, it looks like theirs are heading to ours. Huh. I would have thought they would have went for the airfield first, but... Let's see here. Could I, this is what you said you didn't want to do, but you're doing it. Why are you doing it? Because I can. Oh, man.
Large enemy force is attacking the command
What? They're still good shell velocity. Like, it's still a really good shell velocity. They can do quite a bit of work. Oh, man, come on. Alright, well, we actually have a pretty decent tail gunner, so here's to hoping.
The enemy has captured the command center. Don't let them gain a foothold.
Come on, man. There it is. Okay, okay. I was doing so well, and then I wasn't. Okay, our bombers are dropping off at their airfield. Let's head for their airfield and try and knock out a plane. We typically can do fairly well with that type of engagement. I'm watching him like a hawk. If he turns, I gotta engage. Yeah, look at this. All we need to do is kill like one aircraft. What's going to make the most sense here? Yeah, I didn't want to have to go for him, but he made the most sense.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support.
I don't...
Do you copy?
I mean, he's got good range and good guns, but, I mean, I've got good range and good guns, so... I'm gonna follow my own rule here. I'm gonna always be capping. I'm gonna stay with the bombers. Trying to help our team out. Stay with the, team bombers, not the bomber flight. That's... let them do their own thing. I'm not worried about those guys. What do we got here? Another heavy. Oh, you're the... yeah, we did this before.
That's it. There's no way to break through to you now.
Okay.
You're on your own.
And we... rudder. Oh, we actually took his tail out, so that'll give us an advantage. Squall line too, so... got him, okay. Good, good, good.
Keep it up. Victory is almost ours.
One of our aircraft crashed, it looks like. Oh no! Got him! Got a lot of stuff on our 6 right now. Okay, one aircraft will clinch the zone. Can we get around and get a big old flop off? Yes, we can! Oh, nice. Okay, this is our little brother here. Oh, hello. Normally I don't want to go head on to a Jawa because, you know, they're Jawas, but if I end up in a head-on, I'm somewhat confident with his current hit point pool that we can pull something off. Haha! Kazuda! 15k. I mean, we are specialized. We're running like, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 skill pilot, you know, but that's what you can do with these types of planes. So, lots of capture points. We'll throw up the GG. We had some great engagements. We went up against a 203. We went up against a Horton 229, both human controlled. It does show you, though, that even though there's a lot of Horton 229s out, a lot of people are still relatively new with them. The Tu-1, even with the downgrade in accuracy for doing the gas operated action. We had some good hits. We are running Marksman II, but I'm suspecting that if you are picking up this aircraft, most likely you're a fan of the long-range kind of snipey derp planes like the Yak-9Us, the I-215, the Yak-7. If you're a fan of that style of aircraft, I do highly recommend getting Marksman II. It allows you to be able to get a higher potential for making contact with these types of cannons, especially when you're kind of in those head-ons and stuff. And these cannons are already kind of weird. It's almost like they're so big that the game engine has a tough time calculating the hit. It goes, okay, registered, he fired. Wait, did he really do that much damage? Hold on, calculating. Yeah, he did. And then the plane blows up somewhere behind you after they've already passed from the head-on. So, it's nice to have Marksman II on here because it kind of creates almost like an auto hit if you are like dead on the target despite what they do to maneuver while the bullets travel. And that's kind of the logic from the way I understood it when it was explained to me by Stumpy. But yeah, this is the Tu-1. The Tu-1 was actually built off of the Tu-2 airframe. So the Russian Tu-2, you will see very, very similar, of course, different engine setup, but they actually built the Tu-1 after the Tu-2. The even numbers were bombers, and the odd numbers, I will talk to you in a second, but the Tu-1, or the odd numbers, are going to be the ones that are going to be like fighters and heavy fighters and stuff like that, from what I understand historically speaking. These 45s, you can actually see them through the window right here as they extend through the cockpit. But they're just huge cannons, guys, and they cause a lot of damage, as you saw. 543 damage, range out to 3,444. We just took off the long barrels. We tried doing a video with the long barrels, and these guns just overheat so quickly as a result of using long barrels. And similar to the Horton 229, we're trying something where we've rolled for a cooldown rate, which allows us to be able to get those shots out, and then the guns cool off a little bit more. You'll also note that we've only lost 6% accuracy with these special Project German gas-operated actions, and if we were to put a reinforced bull carrier, we'll throw an advanced on here, it's going to be a negative 8.4 for the accuracy. And if we were to do a vanilla version of the gas-operated action advanced, you'll see that it's a negative 7.8. So it's only a 0.2 difference between the advanced gas-operated action and the advanced reinforced bull carriers. And then, of course, we are actually running with the German set, which gives you only negative 6% accuracy, really maximizing the effect of these guns. So that's an interesting development because I've never tried this before, and I might start considering reconfiguring some of my other derpy sniper planes because apparently that has been working really well. The technique of using two different methods for firing the guns, you notice I was firing the 23s. I was trying to figure out the proper line, not necessarily the same lead because these shells are going to travel at different velocities, but when I'm within range for the 23s to at least get a hit registration, which is about 3,000 feet or give or take, I was able to just kind of get the hit noises where you sound like you're making contact, and I go, okay, that's the proper line based on their current trajectory. And then once I closed a little bit more distance, I'd hit the mouse button to be able to let those shells out. Now, I'm going to get questions about how to set up your guns to be able to fire in two different ways. So I went to settings, I went to controls, I'm going to go to fire, and you will see that there is weapons group 1, 2, and 3, okay? This button up here that says fire is the left mouse button. That's your standard. That's going to fire all the guns that are forward facing when you hit the mouse button. Boop, boop, boop. Fire in the guns. However, I've got two mouse buttons on the side of my mouse, and most gaming mice come with this. An alternative you could do is you could actually do the center mouse wheel, where you just push the mouse wheel down and it'll fire that gun. That's an option as well. That'll take away your ability to lock up the target under your gun sight though. And I put it for mouse button 5, which is my left mouse button, and I did it for weapons group 2. The logic of the weapons grouping is it goes highest caliber to lowest caliber. You're never going to have more than 3 different gun types on your aircraft. So with this aircraft, group 1 would be the 45 millimeter cannons. The group 2 setting is going to be my 23 millimeter cannons. This will allow me to be able to get that kind of consistent damage out, and then I can let the big guns fly. This setup also works really well for other mixed gun configurations as well. And for an aircraft like, we'll show the German BVP 203 here, has 3 different types of guns. So if we were to set it up, the 30s would be weapons group 1, the 15s are weapons group 2, and the 13s are weapons group 3. I would have to set up another button if I wanted to just fire the 13 millimeter machine guns, but this works out well enough that when my 30s have overheated, I'm really just using the 15 millimeter cannons to kind of keep that sustained damage out until the 30s have cooled off, and then I'm just hitting that left mouse button to let more rounds out. So that is that technique, and I knew I was going to get a question in the comments, so I figured I'd just do that now. But yeah, this paint job came with the event to unlock this aircraft, so I don't know if you still get this paint job with the current bundle that's out there. But yeah, this is the Tu-1. It is the only Russian heavy fighter in the game currently, and yes, it looks a lot like a Tu-1 or a Tu-2 because it is based off of a Tu-2. The maneuverability is 16-second turn time. It's very low. The airspeed isn't bad, but it's also not spectacular. But most of the tier 7 heavies kind of lack in their overall performance anyways, so it's totally forgivable. The altitude performance is more like that of a multi-roll, or well, I guess a higher altitude multi-roll at this tier, but it's not super high altitude. But again, at tier 7, the F7F, the Hornet, and even the 109Z, they don't get super high altitude brackets anyways. So when it comes to tit for tat for heavy fighters at tier 7, you're doing just fine. And of course, your ace in the hole is that you'll be able to kill them before they even get within range to let some rounds out at your aircraft. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are asking me, should I pick this aircraft up? If you like the Yak-9U, you like flying around in the Russian sniper planes, that whole Yak line, then absolutely I do recommend it if you're willing to throw money at it. Otherwise, much like the Horton 229, it is a different play style. The guns behave very differently, and your mileage will vary based on what you enjoy. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one.